Start the show. Let's start the show.
Okay, the show started.
Let's start the show.
Show started.
It has started.
Jordan, you still practicing on the violin? We're needing a violin player for the wedding, and I'm thinking Graham Ray is going to get the job. You know Graham?
Yeah, Graham's amazing.
Yeah. I reached out to him. He did say he was going to hold the date for me, so we're lucky about that.
Yeah, there's no way. I've never played a violin.
I was thinking, and actually, you just fake it and we play it on the music.
Have you seen the people in the parking lots?
Huh?
There's people in the parking lots that are doing they're fake violinists, and they're getting donations from people, and it's all audio track.
No, I haven't. Garrett,
I've seen some videos. There's clips out there. There's real clips
Like
out
in a
there.
local parking lot?
Yeah, like they'll pull up to a Rouse's or a Kroger's, and they're playing this classical music, and they're getting a lot of tips, and they're getting busted for having just it on an auto track. Because how many people are really going to look at you doing the violin and actually pay attention to what you're doing?
they just see and.
No,
But
I
how do you
remember.
not have it. I guess you don't have a string on it or something like.
Maybe I don't know.
you know?
Rouse's, when they first opened up, they had the guy.
That one dude in there,
Yeah.
but he was playing real music.
Are you sure?
I'm pods. Garrett, pull that up, Garrett.
Can we get any of these clips with the fake?
There's fake. Yeah, I'm serious. It's out there.
I've heard of stolen valor, and that's where people like go up to military, people that are dressed in military gear, and they're
That's
like,
a real thing.
Yeah.
yeah, stolen valor is a real thing. I remember getting stuck on stolen valor videos.
I don't think I've ever.
You've never seen this?
Nuh-uh.
It's like real military people will walk up to people who are posing to be military people, and they're like, "Oh, your American flag is backwards, or it's on the wrong shoulder." Like, where'd you get your uniform?
They'll wear the uniform, and then when they're out, a real
Try to get like discounts and stuff because
Okay.
people like us. I mean, I don't
doing
mean
it, so they're just doing it to get
clout,
whatever.
clout chasing or psycho, maybe crazy.
same thing with people acting like cops. You can go out and buy like a cop car.
Yeah,
You
gotcha.
can literally,
Yeah.
when a cop car gets old, you can go buy it, and it still has
Yep.
everything on it.
Trick
You
it
can
out,
ride
man, yeah.
around, and you can get a badge,
Pull people over,
and you
That's
can
kinda
shop at
scary to
like
think
one
about.
of them. What
Army
apocalypse
surplus stores.
Yeah, you go there.
Army Navy
And you can get the
surplus.
full gear. You can get the boots.
You get
Have
the
you
Biloxi
been to an
patch.
Army
You get-
Navy surplus
Yes.
store? Which one?
The one on Dito Road.
Have you been to one
I
ever?
haven't. Nah.
I feel like I have, like way back in the day, but that would be a good show.
Dude, they're
To
fun.
go
I mean,
walk through and
you go in there and you can get like military hats for patches. You can get all kinds. There's a
Just-
bunch of cool stuff in there, like old air mask, ventilation
any-
system.
Just for military purpose, like anything military style. They
when
got
the
a
shit
bunch
hits the fan.
Well, think about a lot of these
Yeah,
military
they need it.
surplus stores. They'll go. So when say we don't go to war every year. So we always make product.
Gotcha.
So
And it
there's
just gets.
warehouses full of product that are from the 80s, 90s. And what
That'd
they
be
do,
cool to have some of that.
Some
Just to-
rounds.
Yeah.
so what they do is they go in and they bid on an auction, and then they get old. I mean, everything you could think of. But I mean, I think they even do the guns the same way. But like you go and you bid on like a warehouse, like a shop, like Storage Wars.
Mhm.
But it's real life. That's
Fatigues.
Not TV.
Well,
Canteens.
so when you get them Hummers and then you get the Deuce and a Halves, that's where they buy them too. It's an auction bid.
Gotcha.
What about a tank?
You can buy a tank.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get. Yeah.
Do we need one?
No, 'cause, I mean,
Keep
too
it.
slow.
Just keep it in the back.
Put it in the parade or something. Neptune
It would be
parade.
cool to put it in the parade. It'd be down to ride on the tank.
As long as I had air conditioning, I'd be down. Hit that intro, bro.
Welcome, tonight's guest. Pete Jones is in the house.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's back
Peter
again.
Wayne.
For the third time.
Yeah.
Third time.
It's always
Glad
a
to be
pleasure,
back.
dude. Always
Yeah.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure. We've been
Always
playing
happy to be
around,
on.
making some art projects today. It was
Yep.
super fun.
Need it.
Crypto's been a thing you kind of educated us on.
Yep.
Tonight, with all this ChatGPT, all this AI, we're going to dive a little bit in this.
Ready.
And Gary, you jumped into it too not too long ago, right?
Yeah, before we do that, let's shout out our sponsors.
Okay.
Golden Gulf Insurance. We will plug you. Home Auto Business. Loxicom.
Yep. Loxicom, right here, Pete. Smart House. You've seen that movie on Disney.
This is the guy we're always talking about.
Yeah, this is the guy. If you need anything smart, tech, business, home, residential, commercial.
Gulf South Productions. Daniel Lozada and the guys. They got you guys taken care of. Staging, lighting, any of your big events, they're going to be right there for you.
Yeah. Shout out to Daniel.
Yeah.
So when are the robots taking us over? That's when I think AI. When I think AI,
robots. Well, that's where it starts. That's what it's going to make the robots advance, I think, faster than we've seen yet is now the breakthrough in AI, which it's coming. So
I see iRobot. That's the Will Smith movie, right? Where they're all in a big line.
Yeah.
One of them has like a mission that goes against the protocol.
They start developing an actual their own mindset instead of whatever they were programmed.
Which that's what they say. So back to they say.
AI is learning, so it's computers learning. So can it learn to a point?
I know you saw the article. I know you saw the article where it did.
For sure.
There was a recent article where someone sat there. They were, I think, a Google employee, and they had a whole conscious conversation with an AI bot, and it said it would like launch the nuclear codes or the bombs if it had the codes.
Did it?
And it went into like he tested it and he came out and said it. And it kind of had a consciousness. It said it wanted to take a live body, a live host. And once that happened,
let's bring him on.
They fired him. Yeah, we do need to. We do. Is that it right there?
Yeah.
There it is. The file Google engineer who thought AI. Yeah. Man, it's so nice having Garrett back in the house. Look at that.
Yeah, that was nice. That was quick too.
Man, that's what he looks like. Yeah, I might fire him too, but
for sure.
I mean, think about the advancement of just our phones right now.
Yep.
I mean, just our phones right now. I mean, you really. When I see Emily, she's always talking to Siri.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do a lot. I do a lot of talking, but for my home automation, I don't hardly do any talking. Don't tell Google to turn on lights or anything like that. I mean, it is neat, but I just
Google turned on the bedroom lamp.
I did at one time. That's all.
Are you beyond that now?
Yeah, just I don't know. Just kind of moved away from it. I don't know. Just it's easier just to hit a button, but the button will do multiple things, a switch instead of just.
Have you seen that one video with that girl saying that like they copied her audio folders?
Mm-mm.
Garrett, can you try to find that where the Alexa?
Now they are doing that.
The Alexa copies all your speaking points.
Yep.
So like your tone of voice
or AI, so they can build up their AI is still in your voice data now to kind of.
And they'll be able to say the word "the" exactly how Matthew Brooks says the word "the."
Well, that's what AI is. NLP, which is natural language processing, is basically trying to teach a computer how to understand how we talk. So you basically feed the computer a bunch of novels, books, newspapers, magazines. You just feed it all this data, so it can try to understand and learn how we talk naturally. So that's what AI is. Until recently, we've had the huge breakthrough in 2017 to really advance it.
So think about it. So I would say you did that not too long ago with AI when you were talking, you played with it and you were I
was educating it in a conversation.
The founders of an area like was it 2nd Street Social Club?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have really information on the AI, and we just told them who the founders were, what the organization was.
Yep.
And then you go in there,
and then it would start to give it back to me as I would ask it.
That's what it is.
But then it reset itself, and that's kind of what me and Garrett were just talking about. Like, so at some point you go back to a numb, like zero, neutral.
Correct. Right now, that's how it is. So even in ChatGPT, you have the actual different chats you can have with it. And in that chat, whatever data you feed it, it's just pretty much stuck in that chat for now because it's only looking at data. I think it can pull data from the web now, but as far as the NLP goes on slang and language, it only dates back to 2021. So it's only been fed enough data from 2021 and
forward or past
to feed it to get it.
So whenever you say NLP, you said it earlier. What is that?
Natural language processing.
Natural language processing. Now take us into what that means.
It's basically NLP has been around for, I think, like 50 years. But lately here, we've developed the right algorithms and just software so we can take that NLP and pretty much get a computer to try to get trained on NLP. And that's just natural language processing is what it is. It's to teach a computer to speak naturally and then get it to process.
Is that what you're seeing in all these chat boxes on websites where if you go to, I don't know, blackanddecker.com.
Yeah, and they have the little chat window. Ask for help. Not really. That's more of just software with algorithms that has prompts. You ask it a certain thing. It isn't smart. Like ChatGPT can almost ask it anything, and it'll at least come back with something. Those are a little more. Now they are moving to AI, and that's where we talked about robots taking over, because AI is here. I mean, I think Snapchat just got an AI update. We've talked about Adobe earlier, implement AI, Firefly. Pretty soon, every company is going to implement it, because it's awesome. It's going to take over.
Yeah.
It's
my thing is that they get access to like Wikipedia.
mm-hmm.
Oh, Chat, give access to Wikipedia. That's a lot of information for
sure. Yep.
For it to process.
Yep. But for it to understand what you're asking it, and then to feed it back to you exactly what you asked, and in a perfect English and just like you want it.
And it's in any language.
Any
programmable on the computer, I would imagine.
ChatGPT, I don't think is any language. I think it's only a handful of languages as of now, but I'm sure it'll eventually be every language.
It's got some similar thing to Steam to me, because like you see Steam being like an open source download for video games.
Yep.
And then the video games get developed, like H1Z1. That's like, honestly, that's like the beginning of Fortnite. There's certain games out there that were on Steam before all these free battle games.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And people would download them, and then they would play the games. And then if they liked it, then they got started developing. And then you start seeing Fortnite, all these ideas came from how many people.
It started as almost like a beta test. You put it out here to see if people like it, and then you build on it.
You can buy games there on Steam. You can buy them, for a regular price, but you can also get the free game, like the knockoff Tiger Woods golf. Somebody's been developing for years, some friends, open source out there. And then you're the beta tester. And
so the one thing I know sample with that would be the meta that we kind of played around with.
Same thing. They're doing the same thing with Meta. They want all your information. They want you to teach it. Like, so
you can teach a class inside there once you master your art in there. Because they want,
so you have to take a class.
They want more growth. They want internal growth.
Gotcha.
And that's when they reach out to you and say, hey, you're a creator now. We want to pay you. Keep creating. Teach other people how to create.
See, that's so people think robots taking over jobs. And then what you talked about, it actually generates even more opportunity in jobs. It's just different. So robots are for sure going to take over any repetitive task that you have to do. I mean, it's happened in factories since, the Industrial Revolution, automation. So a robot's going to always do a single task, like the same task over and over. A robot's going to beat a human hands down, no matter what. If it's a repetitive task over and over again, doesn't get tired. It's going to do it 24/7. It ain't going to complain. It ain't going to take a smoke break. It's going to keep doing it. But what it opens up is like you were talking about. So there's going to open up more jobs. Somebody still has to keep up with the robots. They're going to have to program them. They're going to have to make sure the gears, you got engineers working on parts going out, so it's going to open up a whole new, like ChatGPT. It's called prompts. We talked about that earlier. So you put in the prompt, is what it's called, the prompts. Now they're hiring engineers like $300,000 a year to be a prompt engineer to feed AI data.
Garrett, pull up midjourney.com. Can we go look at some of that?
Yeah.
So midjourney.com. This is what he's talking about, guys that really don't know how the power of AI, and he kind of got me on this Midjourney, and it's freaky.
It is. It's crazy. It's kind of, especially artists, because it's kind of taken away from them. Just like the stuff I've been doing. I've always wanted to create shirts and designs, but having a business and
pulled out on a couple of tries.
It was awesome. Is what it was.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really
crazy.
It's crazy. But then you see the art situation coming in, and
I sat there and I was like giving him ideas. I was this, and he'd come back with it, and you can see the adaption in it, and how
it
you
starts
can
out with like a lower resolution type, and it shows you building on it. It is wild. It's definitely here to stay too. I know there's a lot of people scared, which it is scary because it is going to eliminate certain things. But if you're optimistic and you're looking for ways, and that's why I, wrote a book with ChatGPT and made t-shirts with Midjourney, which is both AI. Because whenever I see an opportunity or a new tech come out, I'm thinking of ways, okay, how is this going to
Be the
change?
groundbreaker.
Yeah, how can I monetize off of this? What's some good ideas we can do with it and just tinker with it?
So I'm kind of really with you on this thing, because I was thinking about, there's people that don't believe in any of the technology.
Correct. Yeah,
they don't
want
know stuff. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I kind of want to at least know what's going on in the world.
And you should, or you are going to be left in the dust, because it ain't going.
It's already happening.
It's
man.
happening now.
I got
There's
people I
no.
talk to that are like, man, I don't email.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
It's like me with Facebook. I don't get Facebook. Y'all always tag me and shit, and never see it.
Yeah, but there's other ways that you keep in.
I do. I stay in the loop.
Facebook isn't the best on keeping people up to date with anything. They're just
not anymore.
They're just like keeping eyes on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to teach you how to build a mud house out of some clay, or catch a fish with Coca-Cola and Mentos.
But it's the algorithm. So if you are looking at that, somebody building a house, they're going to feed you building a house.
Exactly.
If you're looking at golf videos, like I started watching golf videos for Sean, and they just shout out to Sean. Will be a pro.
He already is a pro.
But I was watching some of these golf videos, and now everything is like Live Golf, PGA, the new driver, the new Nike driver, Nike shoes, and I'm like,
gotcha.
I don't even know, like Air Force One cleats, all this stuff, just because I was looking at golf.
Mm-hmm.
Have you bought anything yet? Does it work? Does it work?
It's a waste of ad dollars right there, huh? You get it.
Yeah.
But still, see how it picks up. You can, think about it. If you watch any kind of like
anything,
dishes, how to make food, quick meals,
tiny food. Y'all are buying this stuff for Oliver.
Oliver's obsessed with tiny food.
Is it generating tiny food?
You're trying to tell me that earlier. Is it just you actually make food?
Tiny food.
Let's see a tiny video.
It's just like video. Tiny food.
It's a whole fat. I was telling Jordan a year ago, dude, we need to do this. We need to make a video where we're cooking tiny food.
So it's just creating small portions of like
it's creating the small portion. It is a dollhouse, essentially like doll housing or
now they go to the point where you get plastic for the kids, and then you can get the real.
Here we go. What we got here? It's just a tiny food video.
Yeah, just make it a fully large.
Tiny. I like it. Ooh, tiny chips. It's getting bigger and better now.
This is the first time I've seen it.
You've never seen this?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's all real.
Everything's real.
I'm going to watch this.
Look at the little pan.
Yep.
But look at that milk powder. Now, is that powder?
So is there a company now that you just buy?
There's got to be 100. So I got on Amazon. I tried to order a tiny kitchen,
like just a tiny kit you can get.
Yes, there are. The good stuff is expensive.
Should I call Emily down and bring her the tiny kitchen up?
I think we should do a video with it once we have it all set. You got to buy all the mixing stirs. It's all sold separately, Pete.
Looks like less of a mess for sure for cooking.
All right, let's see what we got going on.
Yeah, but you ain't getting full off of this.
Yeah, you ain't getting full, that's for sure.
This is all for. Look at the little cutting board. This is too much fun.
We're losing power.
Can't do it, Captain.
Can y'all hear us still, guys? All right, let's check this.
Give us a thumbs up.
Leslie found what? Ha ha ha.
Todd Alley, what up?
Todd Stangham.
What's up, Todd? Are we still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good. We're good.
Tiny food.
No matter where I go, the tech breaks, and I usually have to stop what I'm doing. And
go
I'll probably have to go in a minute. And
that's why you are who you are.
One day we're on the AT&T what fiber?
The fiber. Yeah, I saw it in there.
1G.
That's
1G. Is that what it is?
It's some of the best internet you can get for sure. So while we're buffering,
but I wonder how many tabs we have open when we're streaming.
Oh, probably thousands. There's 5 computers hooked up to it. All of our friends are.
That's what we got here, Pete. We just gotta make sure we're.
Epson printers hooked up to it. Everything's hooked up to it.
You got the Mac, so should be flawless.
No.
Hey Garrett, throw that picture up for Rashawn and Reno's. I gotta plug them. Reno's this weekend. Actually all month. Karaoke contest bands. Mo Giles. Look, that's the one I'm gonna go to, I think. So
Reno's they hold it
Dude,
down
they
right there.
have-
And
they've
have.
rejuvenated the entire place.
really,
They
It's clean.
remodeled
It's
it all.
real nice. Yeah,
It's
there's
super
two different
dope.
sides too. There's like a live concert, then there's like an EDM side.
really.
There's like
They did a whole outdoor patio area too, where they
I
got
drove by. I
coffee
forget
schools
when
and
it was
stuff.
months ago. I think we was riding. It was late night. It was like midnight, maybe a little later, and it was packed. I rode by. I was like, "Dang, Reno's holding it
So
down."
they do, like I said, they'll have like a live I went and seen Magnolia Bayou. There was an amazing show. And then you go down the other door on the other side, and then they have like a house EDM separate.
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And I mean, it's clean. Restrooms are clean, and that's important. With these bars having at least,
yeah, it's sanitary.
just some napkins every now and then.
So AI, we were wanting to do scripts with it. Okay, what's the app that you were saying John Favreau was talking about?
Final Draft.
Final Draft. Have you heard of this one?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Final Draft, apparently, you kind of give it an inspirational idea on a storyboard, and it will build and create a storyline for you,
Yes,
or a script, which is back to what we are wanting to try to take off and do more of. So anytime you can replace that work and have it done for you, I still think you have to go edit it.
For sure. Even with the other stuff, the ChatGPT and some of the stuff I've done on Midjourney, everything don't come out perfect.
Right.
So then you just say, well, what can I say different to make it look a little, and you just got to play with it.
So the book that you wrote, did you have to go through and did you read through every line, make sure it made sense?
It would
how much
a lot of the same stuff a lot.
A few times it did.
And a lot of it's okay to repeat, I guess, in a book, but just not the same exact sentence, So I'd have to go in, and if it needed to be where it was at, I would just highlight that and just tell it to rewrite it another way, pretty much.
How long did that take?
It took a while. It took, I don't know, hours. I spent a few, and when I get on something, you can ask Emily. When I get on something, I'm like lasered in, and that's all I want to do until I'm done with it. So I spent, I want to say, almost like a full week just sitting on the couch and coming home from work and just playing with it and writing and reading and just, but it's still not long to write a book. I mean, a week is not that long. I wrote 2, actually. The first edition that you got, and then, because the AI will give you general information. You just tell it. So I told it pretty much to outline a book. It would outline the book, and then it would give me all the chapters. And then I would just highlight each chapter and tell it to write a full chapter on this topic. The only downside of that, the topics can be just pretty much the same. They're just general. They don't really go into like depth about what I really want to talk about. So on the second version, I actually did a lot more research and say what should be in this book.
Okay.
So then I would tell it to rewrite the outline, but I would come up with separate chapters that I would want it to write about and do research.
So give us an example of what you would tell it, not necessarily in your book, but in any progression.
What you put in is what you get out. So you got to be, definitely detail oriented on what exactly you want. The more you give it, if you write a full paragraph on what you want, exactly like say the type, you want it to be easy to read. So write a chapter on this topic, make sure it's easy to read, fun, be humorous, 500 or 5,000 words, 3,000 words, however long you want the chapter to be. So the more information you give it, the better it's going to be, and the more original. And that way it's more, if you say write a chapter on just a random topic and that's all you put, and somebody else does that same, it's going to be pretty much the same. So y'all have like the same chapter
idea,
with the
same thing coming
but if
out.
you kind of put in more of your own, that's kind of like the power I look at it. It can really be yours if you use it right. It can be your ideas, and nobody else is going to write one just like you, but you got to put in a little bit of effort,
More
not just be like, oh, write a book and then just let it write. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like your AI though? Do you think the AI you've been working with kind of is getting to know you, and on your next project, does it change or no?
No, not yet.
Like, so, but is it so? I was wondering, like, does the AI?
But it will at some point.
Right? Well, like we talked about with
like
the chats, you open up a chat and you feed it information. Like when I did Midjourney. So Midjourney, I told it, there's an AI software that does art. It's called Midjourney, and then I told the AI, I'm going to feed you some information and about how Midjourney works, and it said okay. So I went on Midjourney's website, and it has a bunch of information on the different style of prompts, the different types of pictures. I mean, just a ton of information. And I would just feed the AI, this is how Midjourney works. And I said, do you understand? And it said, yes. And I kept feeding it information. And then you would say, okay, now I'm ready for you to come up with a prompt for me. So I actually used AI, ChatGPT, to come up with a good prompt to feed Midjourney. So I was using AI to feed AI data to come up with some of the images I came up with.
So
you know what I mean? So I was cross-referencing AI tools to
copy paste.
Copy and paste. That's it. Yep. Feed it
Live by it, baby.
And then copy and paste.
So I was only doing a little bit when I was throwing that out. When you're like, I was learning that. I was just doing a little bit. So it'd be like, you know, for us, Golden Gulf Insurance. So it's a shrimp boat. So I was just like, you know, navy blue shrimp boat.
Pretty,
and it still did out.
No, it still does a really good job.
Like
for
you're
sure.
saying,
It did. I was very, very impressed with it.
Well, you went like full blown.
Yeah, I went deep in and that's how I was able to just come up with the original. I mean, it ain't really that much work. It's just a lot of research. So you think about like, as long as you're willing to do the research, it really is, like you said, copy and paste, and then coming up with your ideas to make it.
Well, I'm an idea guy, and that's back to where Garrett was on this thing the other night, and I'm just throwing as many different trying to curveballs, probably a bit to be aggravating. He's probably thinking in his mind, like, just do it yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And I want to. I really do want to.
I'm not even going to help you anymore.
Yeah. No, I think it's fun.
But it's crazy to think about because it's so like, when you use it, it's so almost natural because you use that in like talking to somebody. You almost like want to say like, thank you, I appreciate it. Now can we do this?
Can we please do a script where if the AI just is like starts as our pet and just we build a whole entire
and it gets big like
cartoon where
big
it's like everybody, like I feel like like right now, like me and you have like with AI, we have a pet. Mm-hmm. And then we, over the years, it becomes our best friend. You're building it
like a Tamagotchi.
Sure. Yeah, and that's what AI is. You're constantly.
Hey, AI, build that cartoon for us.
Yeah.
Can it build a cartoon? Can it edit our videos?
Yeah.
That's where we want to go.
It's getting there. It's getting better for sure.
I mean, it is building cartoons at a certain extent. I mean, character animated.
Well, remember I sent you that. Now you can take what you make in Midjourney.
We played with it.
Did y'all play with it?
And you're able to video of it,
and you're able to tell it to actually talk and animate the actual artwork that you. Yeah,
it can be you.
Yeah,
like a video of yourself, which is. I don't know. I'm ugly, but I think if you use somebody else, it's probably.
Oh, they're doing. I mean, it's crazy how far they're going to go with this. But like, what I think with you is like, you know, most of the stuff started on Discord. Yeah. And like, you know, they're doing a lot of their stuff on Discord, Midjourney, and most people don't even know how to get on Discord.
Yeah, it's
same.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it is.
So
I've heard the word.
For people to try.
It is, and even once you get on Discord, it's hard because they want to make sure you're not like a robot or something. So when you join Discord and join the chat, then you got to go like in this beginner chat room, and then because you can't post anything until you go there, and it makes you do a couple little tasks.
Is it like
and then it gives you access to the chat room?
That's kind of how the metaverse was. It puts you in this.
Yeah, it puts you through like you want
crash course.
Shout out Metlo. We have like I'm showing you his stuff that tagged you, and it's a Matlo 3D on Instagram. Check him out later. But like he builds all this stuff in the metaverse, and he's like got clients. Like fashion,
just build like
virtual worlds. He has like driving cars in there, and
that's like, awesome. Yeah, see, that's coming too. I think with the crypto kind of made that explode, and since we don't hear about it as much anymore, but I think the development process is still happening. I think it's gonna explode in the next couple of years.
Where are these supercomputers at?
They're in your phone,
where is AI? Where is AI? Is it being? It's being hosted by someone.
It is being hosted by pretty much like a supercomputer, like a cloud supercomputer. I'm not really sure where they're hosted. Probably like some Google server or Amazon.
There's a desert somewhere where they just got mountains and building and building and building.
Probably. It's crazy because the amount of data it has to have.
I mean, you can have your own servers, but it's a smaller scale. Now you can get like the gigafactories.
Exactly. Yep.
Where I'm pretty sure Elon
and then it
has
protects
servers.
Because if you keep a server at your house and something happens to it, then you're done.
Toast,
if you do it on the cloud and something happens to that data center, it gets replicated through multiple.
Think about when you check your phones in now, when you put your email address in and all your photos come to your phone.
Yep. What about hacking a server? I mean, surely that happens, right?
Oh yeah.
So if somebody was to go in and steal someone else's database, or surely that happens.
It's really hard, but I'm sure it can. I'm sure
someone could duplicate ChatGPT out here.
It's pretty hard to do.
ChatGPT MLB.
It could be like that. Die hard, live hard.
Because most hacks happen now. It's they pretty much trying to trick you into
giving up your password.
To giving up just certain information. Yeah, you click on an email. The phishing emails is called phishing, and that's how most hackers now are able to get into stuff because you're feeding it information, and off of that information, they can pretty much try to guess what your passwords are. But with a data center, there's nobody answering the phone or going to be reading some stupid email that's going to let them have access to that. So it's pretty hard to crack and hack that. It can be done, but it's not as easy as like hacking somebody's email.
They could shut it down. Like, remember that movie Die Hard? Had Justin Long in it. Die Hard, Live Hard. It was a.
Do you remember Die Hards? All the Die.
No, but the
Christmas
the tech
movie?
one. What was the tech one? That the last.
Yeah, the Christmas one.
No, the second to last. The new ones.
Live Free, Die Hard.
Live Free, Die Hard, where they like did the shutdown, the grid shutdown.
Yeah. Yep.
It's all power source, and how they got to is like the water, food, and then it was the grid.
Well, that's
People
what
went
makes
crazy.
And that's what makes AI even more scarier because now you can have AI try to hack for you.
Yeah.
So you can feed a hacker knows all these tools and it's just programs.
Yeah.
And so now you can feed AI and people's been testing it and using it already to develop.
What is internet defense? Like McAfee, is that malware, spyware? Is that fighting these attacks? And
To an
how
extent.
does that work?
It's more like a virus. So it's just fighting like a piece of software because that's what it is. A piece of software. There's all kinds of different. There's keyloggers. So if you get a keylogger on your computer and you download it, the antivirus is supposed to help from stuff like this. So it's a piece of software that gets on your computer from clicking on a link and it records all your keystrokes. And then so every keystroke you put in, so you go to a website, you type in your email, then you type in your password, and it's recording all that data and sending it back to whoever put that software on your computer. So the malware and antivirus is supposed to help from getting those types of programs on your computer, but somebody hacking with phishing, they're actual people that are sending emails and gaining this information. And they're probably using algorithms and some type of software saying, out of all this information, what kind of passwords would they use? And then it would, put in a database, thousands of different variations of all that info, and then just keep trying. A program then just keeps plugging in until it hacks it.
Are your computer hackers, what do they look like if you were just walking down the street?
You wouldn't even know.
Wouldn't even know.
Look like me, look like you.
Yeah.
I think the big thing too is now they're going after, like you see it with I've seen it with some insurance companies. I got a letter in. I'm gonna drop out the insurance company, but the Privacy Act, because people got my login and password.
Yep.
And they got Hulu did the same thing. So if they can penetrate like a Hulu server,
Yeah.
that's what they're going for because they get credit card, they get your name. I mean, I've been hit.
Just like Target, but remember the big Target hack that happened? That's why they targeted to get all the credit card data.
All they need is, honestly, all they need is your email address, password. I don't even need your social, like your credit card information, and they can be sending
steal your identity, and then
you'll never
credit
know.
cards in your name, and
until you hits on your credit, and then that's the hardest thing is I do have LifeLock.
Yeah, LifeLock's good to have.
I have LifeLock, but so LifeLock you can get LifeLock, and they're like
it's like insurance.
Yeah, insurance for your passwords and your data, pretty much.
But I've been hit by SeatGeek for like $2,000. Like,
well, that's the problem too. You have all these. Everything you got to have a password and an email. They want your email, and then you got to have a password, and then they want some other information.
That's why they're doing
two-factor authentication. Always use it.
They're doing
two-factor.
I
use it a lot.
That's why they're doing
on everything. But two-factor can still be tricked, but it's a lot more difficult.
Did you ever see the movie Hackers in the 90s?
No, but Robot. Is it Mr. Robot? The series, I think it is called Mr. Robot. That's a good one. That's probably one of the best hacking like shows I've ever.
What was that on?
Mr. Robot. It used to come on I think USA. It's been out for a while. It came on before all the streaming stuff, but I think now you can probably stream it on Amazon. It's called Mr. Robot. It's really good.
Pete, when you sit down at your computer to do work, do you do this?
Sometimes, yeah.
Or click the pen
for sure.
Like Goldeneye.
Yep.
You spin the pen.
Yeah.
All this needs to be stretched and.
So there is Garrett. Can you pull this movie up? There's a movie. That's what got me into computers. I'm being serious with the MS-DOS. Playing with my brother. This is what got me in was a movie called Hackers. It had Angelina Jolie and the guy from Elementary.
Oh, I do remember that.
And it was
she was super young. It was like one of her first, I think, movies or.
So he was Sub-Zero or Cool Free. She was Cool Free or Acid Burn, and Sub-Zero. I think.
Man, I don't.
It's super old. It's like Angelina Jolie is like
95 super
so
old.
he was in school, like elementary school, became a hacker. And then he got busted for like a big court situation. Yep. And then he started battling one of the lead characters, which is Tomb Raider. And that's how they met. And it shows this very.
Are they in high school?
Yeah.
Look,
they're doing like.
Does he got like a trailer?
Yeah, there it is.
Is that the Matrix stuff?
Oh, I love this movie. Go watch it. If you haven't watched Hackers, you watch this. This would made me love computers.
This right in
Yeah,
here.
look, you can tell it's old. Look at the
This would made me love.
Look at them shades he's
all
wearing.
all the computers and stuff that they show, and it's like,
Oh man,
when was this? Does it say when it was
90 something?
Yeah, it was definitely in like 90, 95.
But everything was sponsored by Sony, JVC, probably think Kicker. But they would go around and they were like playing pranks and stuff, and it's got the FBI involved.
What was the movie with Matthew Broderick where they were
War Games?
Yeah, War Games.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But this is like a.
Because that wasn't hacking though. That was just
No, it was war. It was missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, but it was more. That was more like the HTML, like ML DOS or.
That window still looks. Haven't changed much on that. The old BORT window, you see, or cancel.
Yeah.
See that?
No.
That hasn't changed much.
No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It ain't broke. Don't.
So
just get the point across. BORT, cancel.
Seeing that, I was like, what is this?
Get you hooked. I remember when I first got on computers, it was MS DOS. One of my first computers my mom had was just MS DOS.
What'd you play on it? Doom?
I did play Doom, but I had before even like that was out.
I remember MS DOS for Doom. That was one of you had to like type the code for the game and like Doom, semicolon, backspace, backspace. I don't remember what it was, but it was something weird like that just to get the game to pop up.
Yeah, now stuff's too easy. But
now you just put it in and all of a sudden it's there. Click this button to go next.
Put on your headset, go through your menu.
Once we learned about God mode, it ruined it for me.
Oh yeah,
it's like, oh, we got God mode now. We just run around and kill everybody.
Cheat code. Cheat codes don't get enough. I think shout outs. I don't even know if they still put them in video games anymore. But our generation, they remember Game Genie that came out back in the day, and it was just like all the cheat codes for all the different games.
I do remember that. Oh yeah, yes, I do remember.
Yeah, I did never had one. No, my parents are not about cheating, dude. But whenever it all boiled down to it, like even in the NBA Jam, like they would have cheat codes that you could put in.
Oh yeah, but you get frustrated and be like,
Carrie, can you pull up the Game Genie? Because I'm trying to think, is that where you plugged in?
You plug another game into a game, like a port.
Yep,
I remember that. That's why I was trying to see it again because it was kind of bulky, right?
Yeah, yeah,
but that was the original cheat.
Yeah,
I don't think you could cheat on Atari but that was for Nintendo.
Atari, I don't think they had.
Yeah, so Nintendo was the very first where they had alternate code.
Yep.
Is what that is
I think
technically,
it's football
right?
game too. We cheated on.
I don't remember, but at what point does that work?
Game Genie. Oh, look at the blue case. There it is.
But that would change the game. So at what point does it give you
the cheat code? You wouldn't even have to put in the cheat code.
But I'm curious at what point, the game goes from here's where you're normally playing, and then it's almost like a switching of a railroad track to change it to be whatever you're manipulating that cheat code to be. Probably early AI.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What early hacking for sure, huh?
I mean, you got the frustration. Like I was Nintendo. I know. We had an Atari, but I don't remember the Atari. I remember I had a regular Nintendo, and I believe my Uncle Troy got it for me and my brother, and it came with Ninja Turtles. It was our first game.
Badass game.
We came right after
Mario Brothers, the original,
the 2D one.
Yeah, so ours was Ninja
I remember
Turtles.
playing that all the time,
and that kind of just blew my mind with Ninja Turtles. That's why I never got into Mario because I don't think I jumped on the Mario.
Mario had hidden levels though. Remember, you could go up into the clouds, and then some people never knew about that.
Nope. Yeah.
Did you do Zelda?
I did. I didn't like Zelda though. I remember playing it. It was too.
Too much. It wasn't like a video game to me.
Well, it was like, more like
it was like homework game.
So
that's exactly. I didn't like it. Too much thinking. It wasn't fun. Too much trying to figure out. But it was. I played it, but it wasn't my favorite for sure. I was more like NBA Jam.
So your cousin Mark, I was like, his grandma lived next to my grandma, 2 houses down. So we always played co-op games. So me and him would play together, like Battletoads. Like it was everything we played.
Tell me about Battletoads.
We used to run around. Battletoads just run around and just kill.
Okay.
Like that was the missions.
That sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
You just run around. It's like they're like kind of like a Ninja Turtle, and you just go through the map and you just do. You just make your way through just kicking ass.
Like it.
That's all you did. Just most games were pretty much 2D
Zelda,
base.
Sounds like, huh?
2D base, and you just fought.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even Mario, same thing. Like you're fighting a mushroom or you're fighting whatever.
Like, was it Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Classic.
That was really good.
Yeah, I like that one. Actually, my son got the Nintendo
Switch.
the Switch, and you can download all the
old games?
Oh yeah, all the old from Nintendo.
That's fire.
The first Nintendo, the Super Nintendo.
What's his
And
favorite
I actually
game?
played Mike Tyson Punch Out not too long ago.
Is
Actually,
it the same or did they
No,
update
it's the
it?
exact same.
Okay.
It's a lot harder than I thought. I can only make it like to the third or fourth round, and that dude loves my ass.
So you haven't gotten to Mike Tyson yet?
I haven't got to Mike Tyson.
How many rounds is that game? It's probably like
I don't know. I think there's a lot. I know the fourth round is pretty hard to get past.
I've been wanting to
I don't
play-
remember it being that hard, but I guess it just different times.
What was the box game on Dreamcast? I've been thinking about that game.
I don't remember. ABA. I remember what was the EA boxing? Or
That's it.
is that it?
The guy with the afro.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's like I did Punch Out. Yeah, I could never beat Punch Out though. I really couldn't.
The last boxing game I played was the virtual reality one, and 2 minutes in, you're all huffing and puffing and
Yeah.
sweating.
Yeah, a lot different.
It's
never
funny.
played that. I know my buddy Mike said he plays that a lot, and it's awesome. So I play the Supernatural, where it's
Yeah, you were
boxing,
telling me
but
about
it's
that.
more like a
Where's that?
workout app. It's like Supernaturals, where you box or you can have like the swords, but it's more of like a workout. They play music, and you got a trainer, and they throw in targets at you, and but it's intense. It's like
Is there people in there with you?
no.
Okay, so you're by yourself.
Mhm.
Who's throwing the targets at you?
It's just like you're in this setting of like in the middle of the desert, or you could be in the middle of the ocean, and they just have like this ring that pops up and it just throws like bubbles at you.
Let's
And
talk
depending on
about-
how the bubble
Let's
looks.
talk about your area of play for virtual reality at your house. Where do you do that at? In your living room?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you have to push the coffee table out of the way?
I got the ottoman on wheels. So I just kick it out the way.
So what's your standard play area? Like 6x6?
It's probably it is. I don't like it is frustrating because like when I go to punch, like my box pops up. Like
Yeah,
out of the
yeah,
area.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I try to make it as big as possible, but it's probably I don't know. It's probably a little bigger than 6. It's probably like 8x6. Really, it's more long than.
So I did the Star Wars one, and I kept going outside of the mine circle.
Mhm.
And at one point, I knocked a shelf off the wall and
Yeah.
knocked like glass and stuff because it's flying everywhere.
I knocked all our Christmas decorations off.
Yeah, so you feel me there. But I did do I did the
Oh,
tightrope one, okay, where you're like walking the tightrope, and I made my box in a hallway, and I went all the way down the hallway, like really, really long, and it allowed me to walk back and forth, like up and down the hallway. I couldn't go side to side.
Help you balance it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was neat. Yeah, but back
Crazy
to
'cause
like,
it probably. I mean, it seems.
But most
there,
people
you're-
on the metaverse though don't do any of that. It's you sit down and you just sink it.
I know. I see it.
settings.
Yeah,
You
I see
just
a lot
sit-
of people just sit and go
Yeah, you
through. I
sit
like
there.
if I'm gonna play, I'll be up active.
But I'm
doing
saying like
something
most
cool.
people in VR though, they're not walking around.
No.
one
they're
thing
not.
it did
They're
say on there was don't play outside. I don't know why.
Because you still have your ring. Like, why can't you play outside? Do you think that'd be the
You would
best?
think, right? Yeah.
I'm just saying VR is not going to be where you're just walking. You're sitting down and you're walking,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you're going to not get exercise, and then you're going to get stiff, and then you're going to be
Yeah.
Then you're gonna be in a
400
little
pounds,
pod.
and then you're going to be like the movie Idiocracy, which is actually it's real.
Maybe where we're headed with the AI.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like if you like, I ran pretty hard when we first got it. Like a lot of probably 3 or 4 hours a night.
Jordan had a whole gang. I got
Yeah.
on one night.
I just want to see.
And he had-
like
Yeah.
Got like 10, 15 people all dressed just like
we
him.
all three did.
And they were running around like, "What's up, Crawl? Crawl." He had a nickname.
But you want to see like how it
Yeah,
develops because
For sure. Yeah.
especially right now when we live in like this pandemic style world where people can't go to work right now. The news, like every time you turn on the news, you're like freaked out.
That's scary though. I wouldn't want to live where I can't be out and you want to do it.
Me either.
from a
Thank the
virtual-
But
Lord.
I'm seeing this.
Maybe like as a side hustle, it'd be cool to do something every now and then, but not like every
It was
day.
neat. I haven't been in it.
Because I worked from home
I haven't
for
been
2
in it in
years
9
doing-
months, probably.
But that's
Remote
when
support,
it,
and
that's
I
when it started
hated it.
though. That's when it started when people like when you were staying at home, you got a VR so you could interact and
Yeah.
socialize with people. And then it's just created like jobs in it. Like you go in there and you can go to metaverse business and I can put a headphone on and I can have a very like full-blown computer experience with actually a conference room
Yeah.
with beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
So I can look over and it's like gorgeous and it's
Could be in Hollywood, like
yeah.
overlooking.
And you're like having this really in-depth conversation and the thing will record the whole conversation.
Yep. No, it's super
And it takes
cool.
notes
Like,
for you. It takes
yeah.
notes for you.
Yeah, it'll do. It definitely is neat, but just not every day, like all day. Because then you said you end up being just
An hour of
400
meta
pounds sitting on the
time
couch and not
is
really.
like 10 minutes of normal time.
Yeah.
Who was the guy
it
from
is.
Dodgeball that what was the trainer's name when he got real big at the very end?
Patches O'Houlihan,
No, that's I know you're talking about
Globo Gym owner.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. Yeah.
But no, what was the character's name? Remember at the very end of the show when he was just sitting there like,
Oh,
out
at
of
the
shape.
end,
He's
fucking
like,
Chuck Norris.
Can we find that clip, Garrett? It's probably gonna get copyrighted anyways.
Yeah.
It's like,
Nobody makes me bleed my own
Joan
blood.
says, "Hey, Dad."
Okay,
Jeremy
it's
Goen
my
says-
son. What's up, Cade? What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, we got some people in here. Okay.
Yeah. I got a bunch of people.
And then we got
Leslie Fountain, what's up, girl?
I'm sure
look at the
let's see.
AB8.
there's Danny
down,
up there. What's up, Danny?
Up, down, left, right. What? Up,
Listen
down.
up.
Shout out
Code.
to my Emily.
Codes.
That's
Emily.
Contra.
There he is.
That's it.
Fucking Chuck Norris. That's him.
That's gonna be you if you do get on the metaverse. I'm just kidding. Metaverse. I like to stand up. Our first push was a seat. Brooks got on there. We got the headset in, or Garrett or Brooks, one of us. I remember it was you who walked in the first stand up.
And man, I got like a standing ovation.
Did you?
Yeah. And people were, I just went on there
speech
and
like
just talked. Not really. I don't even think I told a joke. I just told like a story about my day.
Everybody started clapping.
And everybody was just like, that's awesome. Go tell more. And I'm like,
But then there's
I'm not that good. I'm not that entertaining. I just realized that there was a lot of people that were hesitant to go in there and do that. And I think that gives them an opportunity to feel comfortable
Yeah,
about
for sure.
doing it.
Yeah.
So if you have, the
Kinda break the
hesitation,
ice,
yeah,
too.
if you are a shy person or something, you can go meet people that way.
Yeah.
And it kind of opens up a whole new world.
Do you think
See,
it's
I'm the opposite. I'd rather meet somebody. In
I'm
real
the-
life
I'm
and
the
talk to them.
opposite,
I'm
too.
more shy in a virtual world trying to meet somebody.
But
that
do you
I
think it
don't
would help
really
you,
know.
though?
You know what I mean? Like,
do you think it would help you though? Like you've done it. Garrett's done it a few times. Garrett, do you think it would help you if you went to do you think you felt like you learned a little bit when you were doing the stage in the VR?
I feel like confidence wise,
no.
like the ability to go
different,
stand
but
up
I
in
mean-
front of people, that's something that some people struggle with.
Yeah.
You know,
If you
like
do it a
here,
lot, I guess it could help. I could see it helping if you have trouble with it and you wanted to
well,
improve it through
we got
VR.
3 people in this room. It's not like that. There's more people watching, but some people get nervous when they come on here because
Oh,
they know
sure.
that there's people
Yeah,
watching, and
for
they
sure.
think that, oh my gosh, there's more. And then there's certain people that can't get on a stage and talk in front of anybody,
Yep.
or even be in the front of a room and talk to anybody. And I
I'm not
remember
good
going
being
to
on stage. I'd rather be having 1,000 people
One-on-one.
watching me on YouTube than
then on
1,000
stage.
people on stage.
I had to do the State of the City thing the other day, and there was a bunch of people. And
Killed it though.
yeah, I really just kind of like blanked out. I don't look at it. I don't look at it that way. I just kind of like in my mind focus on one thing. But I know whenever I went to speech classes in college or in high school, we took one too, I think. But those people in those classrooms that were just like frozen and like
Yeah.
terrified, like shaking, and like it's
That's happened.
crazy.
I've
Just
got it before on front of people and went to talk and just totally just
blanked.
blanked.
I got sweaty palms before, like.
Depends on the scenario. Like it is
It
really.
does depend on the
I've done work-
scenario. Like
I've
this,
done
I
pretty
feel
good at
comfortable
certain
because I know
things
what
and-
I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and I know, we all know each other, and it's easy. But in front of a bunch of people you don't really know, and you're trying to talk about something.
One
you really
thing
don't
I
know.
love about the metaverse though is if you have an idea, if you have a creation that you can go and you can share it with others.
Yep.
You can share
the
your,
world,
your,
too,
your
so it's not-
ideas so you can have feedback. Feedback's great.
Yep.
And I definitely enjoy that. The downfalls is some of the people I've met in there. I've had some people in there that have lost their lives already through VR, through over drinking, through
Really?
overdose. Yeah, just because they're there. So people are on it so
Like
long.
in VR,
They'll stay in VR. There's people that stay in VR for like 18 hours a day,
oh wow, yeah,
and it's like they
Can do
won't
that.
leave because they're making money. You can.
gotcha.
There's some people I met in there that make five to 10,000. Not the craziest bit of money.
So when you're
That's
saying
right.
lost their life, like died
Yeah,
in real life,
like drink themselves to death,
oh,
because
poison.
they're just drinking and like Red Bulls and shit, or
No,
drinking
just alcohol or drugs or anything. Like it's there.
just to stay 18 hours in the metaverse, pretty much.
Yeah, there's people that are like, I've been in there. Some rooms where people are gotten married in there already, and they've
Yeah, I've
like
seen
left
that.
their
I've seen
spouses
that.
and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's a real thing.
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But I mean, there's like that's like a real thing going on. Garrett, could you pull up some stuff about people leaving spouses in the metaverse?
Yeah, Gary, let's see this. I want to know about people. I thought at first you were like they
They died in the
died in the
metaverse.
Paul said Wizards and Warriors too.
yeah.
Your fiance's got. I recorded Matt during his VR stand up. Thank you so much.
I actually saw that video too.
Was it
So
good?
It was good. It was awesome.
Taco Bell. That is
They're
a nice
officially
Taco
married.
Bell ad.
So Taco Bell is doing the metaverse? Or are you just throwing up Taco Bell?
It's making me hungry.
It's making me hungry. So they
Oh,
Is that what it says? Can't the,
I
the
don't.
Taco Bell metaverse?
I
Yeah,
think it is
wedding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got married at a Taco Bell in the metaverse.
They got married at
Married
Taco
at
Bell in the
your-
metaverse.
That's awesome.
Can we get some more crazier ones in this?
There's more.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff in there.
Before you know it, though, I mean, would you be able to generate, "Hey AI, give me a speech. Hey AI, speak my speech."
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead
for
and
sure.
go ahead and do
That's
it
not too far away.
for me.
Yep.
Well, look, if you look,
Especially if you're in like a VR
VR type.
then you can just stand there and just move your head around and don't even really say anything, and the AI will talk for
I'll
you.
tell you right now, it's going to be more about building cred in the meta in the VR world, and because like once you get, everybody's going to have access to these AI tools.
Mm-hmm.
It's about having cred.
Yep.
It's like, if you ever watched the movie Ready Player One,
Yep.
it is
yeah.
like that. What's that one villain that was doing all the dirty work for the boss, and he had all the gold? Like there, it's that way in the metaverse right now. Like there's so
And then you
many.
see, like,
I feel like we should
stats
write
and shit.
Ready Player 2.
Go ahead and
There-
write. We got AI to help us write it too.
Yes.
But they, so you look at that
Yes.
stuff though, and some of these guys in metaverse, I met some great people, but some of them are like, this is
Look
who
at
I
this,
am.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Like, this is my club. This is my world. And it's got like, he's got all these minions that run it with him. That's weird.
It is weird.
I mean, there's definitely like, there's presidents of all, there's everything's a corporation in the metaverse.
There's their bots in the metaverse.
Bots.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is.
Oh, well, for sure.
Yeah.
They got people in the metaverse that just walk around, they're paid just to check on you, make sure that you don't talk crazy. They're policing you in the metaverse. You're already policed.
Already police.
Already.
Yeah, already
a lot
police.
easier. Don't even need cams.
They have
Don't need
they-
security cameras.
You
It
can
is-
go in there and get a job in the metaverse and go around to each world and make sure that you follow code. You can't, there's a whole, you can't be racist in certain areas. Like they can go back and pull your recordings in the metaverse. So privacy's gone, guys.
Yes, privacy is definitely gone in the metaverse.
It's on your phone.
Yeah.
That's why you need a decentralized metaverse. That way you don't have one company hoarding all your data.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
I don't
dude.
think so either. I think even decentralized,
They're
there's
feeling
still
it right
people
now.
are gonna try to find a way to make money off your data. It's
Well,
supposed
they
to
just
help
want
that,
to.
but
It's
we'll
data
see.
points. They
We'll
want
see
your
what
data
happens.
points.
But
They want
the more
the
open source
ability to
coming around,
predict what your next move is,
Exactly.
so they can advertise to you. Pete Jones is
And-
about to buy all these mouse pads. Let's put some mouse pads in front of
Oh,
them.
dude,
And it happens, and I've
Yeah.
done it.
I
got
think
hooked.
augmented reality?
Augmented reality.
I think
yeah.
that's going to be a way more.
Yes, more
advanced.
useful.
What's that? What's
tool.
that?
So augmented is where you have like some glasses on and you can still see everything, but you may have like something pop up over here, like a screen or an email or a video chat with somebody, but you can still see everything, but it pops up. So it's
So-
augmented. It's
I think
reality, but it's
Ray-Ban and
augmented a
Facebook's
little
making
bit.
their
With
own
you.
glasses, so you can put on a pair of glasses and you can walk in the store and in a like your clothes are looking right there, and you can pick them up and you can scan it and you can buy them and leave without even a cashier.
Yeah.
You just walk
That's already
around.
happening now with Amazon. The
Yeah.
Amazon stores, you can go,
So you don't have to do
you
anything.
just pick up
Yeah.
items and you just walk out, and it charges your Amazon as soon as you walk out.
Look at McDonald's; it's gone. There's no employees anymore.
There's
That's
not.
good.
They got
But
to
they are-
McDonald's
walk
is
in.
terrible. We waited in line for like 45 minutes one like Saturday. It was like late. It was like
with the bots.
one, we're just ready to get some food before we go home. No, just Cedar
Oh,
Lake.
people.
And we
People.
sat there for like 30 minutes and I was finally like, and then I couldn't get out because people pulled up behind. I was in that
What'd you
inside
order?
lane.
What's
I
your
didn't-
order?
I never got to order.
Got nothing.
Dude,
No, we sat in
just the
line
quality-
for like, I swear, 30,
the quality
45
of this
minutes.
stuff has gone
And I
downhill
even
so
said, I
bad.
said to Emily, I was like, see, this is why robots need to take over these jobs right here. She was like,
So how do we capitalize on that? We write insurance for them. It's really it for us on our end. But I mean,
I can offer IT services to help with make sure the robots stay online.
And that's
but
what you're saying. It's always you're
Yeah.
always gonna have to have that.
You're always going to have somebody looking over the robots.
yeah,
until they
the robots have to have a
building robots.
leader
But-
until the robot leader takes over, like
Until AI
Terminator.
takes over and can fix robots themselves by
it's gonna
diagnosing
happen.
themselves.
Not-
I mean,
it's
Star Wars, dude.
Will it be our lifetime?
Yes.
Yes.
I think this latest AI, the ChatGPT, is going to advance technology faster than we've ever seen
Do you
it.
think we're gonna have barcodes?
No.
How old and how
Maybe
long?
QR codes.
How long do you think that ChatGPT has been a thing, and we're just now trying to catch on?
It hasn't been out long. It's only been out for 4 months, 5 months, something like that. It's
But-
fairly.
But has there
Low-key,
been
though, low-key.
somebody else has
They've
had
been
it?
beta testing it probably for a couple of years. I think 2020 is when they actually started developing it. 2017, I believe I read, is when they came up with the tech to really start using algorithms and AI for it to learn. So GPT is general pre-trained transformers is what that stands for. It's like a protocol or some type of
Transformer.
algorithm. So the transformer is actually what made ChatGPT successful. This transformer is what tells the AI pretty much, or the software, when to use what. And it's to make it like understand exactly what you're saying. And until they develop that protocol, that's why it hasn't happened.
So
yet.
the transformers-
That's what that technology is what made this take off. And that was developed in 2017.
Who are these people that are developing this? Are they
Uh,
billionaires now? Or?
It's OpenAI is the name of the company. And it's all open. OpenAI it's all
So
open.
I can start writing code in it.
You could.
Is it all based on code?
It is code for sure.
Man.
Ones and zeros.
And AI can now code.
Yes, now AI can code. So that's why I think it's going to help advance technology, because people who can't code can now use ChatGPT and say, I want you to code a Pong video game for me. And ChatGPT will write out the code and you just copy and paste it.
What's the timeline on that?
Probably
You said it
not
takes a
long.
while. It takes a while.
It probably, yeah, because you can't do it like I said. You probably have to give it so many different prompts and kind of know what you're doing before it'll do it. But it wouldn't take long. I mean, you could do it in a couple hours.
Is there a user group for ChatGPT, people who are entrepreneurs or explorers into the uncharted territory, similar to there is in the meta? Like you can
There's
go.
Discord.
Oh, yeah, the
That's
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah.
That's
So,
Discord.
Yeah,
okay.
Discord's where you want to get in there, or your Reddit. You
Yeah,
get on Reddit,
Reddit,
find
Discord.
stuff out. My thing that it's kind of just freaky. It's like that information is just a baby brain. It's a brain. Like it's starting to
It
gain.
is.
It's
That's
a
what- yeah,
sponge.
that's what-
A baby's brain's a sponge. You can at a young age you can teach them a lot more.
And you just feed it. The more we feed it, the smarter it'll get. And
it's a baby.
gonna
I mean, it's
take
a
over.
brain. It's so
taking
fascinating.
over.
At what point is it going to construct a body?
We don't. That's probably 5 years.
But surgery and stuff is close. Surgery, I mean, they're already doing that. I'm using robots to do certain surgeries, and I mean, it's
There's gonna be.
I know they do the laser eye. What is it?
yeah, LASIK surgery.
Yeah, LASIK surgery.
Yeah,
They're doing
That's
it
robot.
with like people too. Like it's going to come a point where Phil will be back on his feet.
Oh, for sure.
If Phil hasn't done it already, but Phil's going to be back on his feet through
it's
this
definitely
technology.
happening.
Like,
Elon Musk is developing stuff. I think that's.
Well, I know he's
help
got the
with that.
Neuralink.
The Neuralink,
so
exactly.
it still runs when it's still brilliant.
but they're stopping him from doing certain tests on
on humans.
On humans, yeah.
Because it
Which-
killed some animals, I think, is why.
Pigs. I think he was testing it on pigs, and did it kill him, or did it just?
I don't know. I don't want to speak.
What's your thoughts on that? Are you okay with he sacrificing pigs for this?
Dude, yeah, I should pigs.
Yeah.
Right.
But a
Eat
person
'em.
though, sacrifice person. But then you got to make that jump somewhere if they're willing.
Well, if it was like
to,
a bad
you know,
person, like on death row or somebody like that, like
just willing to. Yeah, I think we should.
unless
willing
it
to-
turns them into a superhuman and they
They wanna-
kick their way out of the door.
They want to do something, I guess, to I don't know.
redeem themselves.
Yeah, redeem their.
I mean, there's still, no matter what we look at it, there's still there's villains out there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Who's going to be the superhero?
Can someone take this chat AI or whatever and use it for bad? Yes. The answer is that yes. And that will happen. Surely.
gonna happen. Yeah. Yep.
Unless I don't know, it's got morals, because Garrett was trying to get it to do some unmoralistic things the other day, and they told him no.
Yeah.
So
Can't do that just yet.
So
Can't do that.
let's go into also, like right now with everything going on. Have you heard the things on TikTok banning TikTok?
Yes, I have heard that. Yep.
So it's like there's so many like powers.
Yes, and that's more like countries. That has to do with that. It's China just spying on us, and they want to shut down chat or.
So how would they go about
TikTok.
doing that? Would it just be to block the website, like
Yeah, I mean,
page
China
not
does
found?
that. Yeah, it's pretty much just the. I mean, there's ways around it if you got a VPN, but just like certain crypto, so there's certain exchanges I try to get on, and if you're in the United States, it'll say you're currently located in the United States. You can't use
Sorry.
this. It'll block you. So it can be done. China does it a lot. I think China's blocked Google numerous times. We won't let people search on Google because
Really?
people start searching for certain things, I guess, that makes China look bad or whatever the case. So they block people from using.
State
I don't know if
media.
it's still like that, but I know it was for sure. So you can definitely block stuff from happening or people actually.
Yeah, dude. Like you go to I mean, the government right now, they cannot get on TikTok. It's all blocked on their government device.
no,
Like they can control it. It's a
Yeah.
firewall.
Yeah.
Like they can put a firewall and be like, oh, not you're not clicking on
If
that.
you get on a VPN, though, you can make it look like you're in Costa Rica or something. Then you can access it.
You could be anywhere. You can be. You want to be in Rome?
That's why they really won't block it. I mean, They're
Yeah,
never
it's
really
free.
gonna
It's out
block-
there for somewhere.
Yeah, and then all you have to
Like,
do is jump on a VPN, and then you're
would
good.
they ever block VPNs or van VPNs
I
similar?
don't think so, because people use it more for security. It's a big security thing. So whenever really VPN is good to use if you do anything like whenever you access your bank or anything like that online, it's really better to use a VPN. It's an extra layer of security. I know when I do my crypto, I always access a VPN before I access any of my crypto stuff, wallets. And
What's your
stuff.
favorite VPN?
I use NordVPN. You can use it on PC, phone,
Same plan.
iPad. It's like $2.99 a month or something. It's super cheap. It's definitely worth having for security purposes.
So go
$2.99,
check it out. We need to get
$2.99
commission for selling these things. Plug
Yeah,
them.
sponsors.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So my NordVPN.
What do you think in the next with all these banks and stuff? Where do you think the dollar's going?
It's gonna crash eventually. It's got to. It's gonna happen. It's just taking time. It's
I feel
gonna.
like it's already crashed. I was like saying,
Well, they're trying to push the what is it? CBDC, I think it is. So a digital dollar, pretty much. CBDCs, I think it is.
So they're gonna have their own crypto.
Yeah, that's going to be gar. I would never get that because think of what that would do. They're already trying to control what you do, and now if you get a digital currency from them and
They
you
can
know and
really
you owe a
control it.
fine, say you got a speeding ticket and you
Oh, they're
haven't
taking
paid
it
it,
out.
then you try to go to the movies. It won't let you use your money at the movies and say, "Hey, you need to pay your fine before you can buy beer."
yeah, that seems a little
So don't ever use a digital currency by the government.
No, that doesn't sound. I don't want to do anything that they're behind. Really,
No.
It's gonna happen.
Definitely
I
not.
wonder when they're gonna launch it though. It's gonna happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's already in the works. It's going through Congress. They're trying to pass it. And I think at that point, the dollar will slow. But the dollar itself, I mean, it's going to be hard because
I think they're
when
going
you
to
trade
hire
currencies,
a badass hacker
you know,
to go in there.
Forex trading, you trade currencies, everything's usually traded against the dollar and everything's compared to the dollar, even crypto. Every crypto that you get in the whole world, no matter where you get it, they're comparing it to the value of the dollar. So it's going to be hard to replace. It needs to happen, I think. But it's going to be hard.
Well,
It's gonna take a
inflation
while.
sucks,
Oh, for sure.
and the dollar value, in my opinion, has
Yeah.
already just
Look,
garbage.
I think
It's
the way
just-
they're gonna enter right now, though, this what I've been thinking, and it's been on my mind like last week. They're gonna enter through like a stimulus check. Like here, you get this digital government currency, but you can only use this $1,400 that we sent you on
Yes.
this card.
Yes.
And you're like,
oh yeah,
what is this? And it's like, well,
I can see that.
And you deposit your card, and you can deposit your money into that card. So it's like they already got you because
make it super easy.
if they open a checking
that's
account
what they're
for
gonna
you,
do, for
if they
sure.
open a
People are
checking
gonna
account
hook.
for you for $1,500, you're not going to say no to that checking account. You're going to put all your money in there,
Yep.
and you can fight it all you want. But when people are starving, they
Yep.
need $1,500.
Just like credit cards. How do credit cards start? Same way.
Yeah.
We're going to offer you this credit card. It's easier. This did, and then have it easy to use everywhere, and then just slowly. Like I hardly ever have cash on.
Now tap it. Just walk by and
Yeah,
tap
now you got to
it.
tap it. Now you don't even have to put in a code or anything. It's just a tap. You know?
Easy transfer. We just
Yes.
hey, let's transfer that 200 to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's all in the works.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Yep.
like
It's already pretty much there almost. You know, so
it's going to happen. Like everybody gets extra $20,000 if you sign up for this house. And
Yep.
you get
All right, Leslie has a good question. She says, if we can block TikTok, can we block AI?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
No, 'cause there's too many
I'm not the right one to be
developers.
answering that though.
TikTok is one software, one app. I mean, you got AI everywhere now.
And everything.
Everything. Snapchat's got AI built in, Adobe. I mean, there's so many people doing AI. It's out there. That's like trying to block the internet. You're never going to block the internet. So there's always going to be ways around it.
What's Brian saying?
That there's tiny robots that can go inside your arteries and clear out plaque to prevent heart attacks and
Oh,
strokes.
shit. This is that one movie where the guy went in the ear on that machine.
Yeah, what movie was
Oh yeah,
that?
like that's like
Remember they had the
Um,
splinter inside of the
Yeah. It's not the Eddie Murphy movie. That's a knockoff for this one. What was it? It had who did it have in it?
Ooh, I don't know. Was it
Still the
famous
Dreams guy?
Kevin Costner? No, it wasn't him.
what movie?
When they shrunk the guy.
They
he
shrunk him
went
down and then they
machine
put him
went
in a
ear.
needle and injected him inside of a human. Garrett,
Oh shit.
we need you on this one.
Anybody in the chat know this one?
Yeah, somebody's got to know it. It was back. I think it was a 80s movie.
It was the 80s or 90s.
That
Yeah,
sounds like an 80s.
I think it was
90s
not
movie. I think I've
Fantastic
seen that one.
Voyage.
That's funny.
He like went in.
What was the guy?
He was an actual pilot. He worked for the military, and they put him in this machine.
What was his
I
name? He
remember
was in the
Honey, I
Rookie.
Shrunk the Kids. That's what I think
He's
about
a-
people being shrunk.
Oh come on, what
Uh,
was it?
Anyway,
We'll never know.
Never
maybe one day.
But anyways, that's already been done.
Space?
Huh? Yeah.
Is that it?
Look
Outer
it.
space?
Is it? I think so.
Has it got the guy from The Rookie in it? I think that is it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
My bad. I messed him up. He's close.
What's-
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
Shit,
yeah.
I messed up. That is it right there, guys. You go check that out tonight.
Look, we're gonna put you guys on the stuff.
Damn
okay?
it, I got them mixed up.
Yeah.
So I was close.
Yep. That was
But
close. Yeah. Could see
I've-
the resemblance for sure.
I really do think though on how the currency thing is going to work and it's going to go because like you look at Bitcoin, you know, Garrett
Mhm.
bought Bitcoin at the very beginning, and it's just certainly, and you're sitting and developing.
And the more people that use it and just
It becomes more natural.
Natural.
But
and
what is
trusted
the what's the current value of Bitcoin? It's down, huh?
it's like 27. It's actually went up since the lows. So it's like 27, something like that.
It's still a system. I mean, you can have like a cult. They can have a cult come out,
Mhm.
and a cult can have their own coin,
Sure.
and all the people's
yeah.
money can get transferred into this coin, and then they have this
Cult coin.
one.
Cult coin.
I just
Cult
named
coin.
it for him.
And then they can
That
have
might
a
be
bank
already
account
out.
with everybody's investments and money in this that
Oh,
backs
yeah.
the coin,
For sure.
and the leader.
And as long as you get people to start accepting that as a like you can come
Form of
like,
payment.
And-
idea I have a
Can
space
we
coin,
bring
like,
back
what a code
pelts
coin.
and furs? Because back in the cowboy days, I heard that was high commodity.
And the look at the Colts.
backed by Pelks.
Yeah, pelts and furs.
The cult
Pelts and
leader though
furs.
he has all that money, and then he goes, you know what, guys, I can get you a 5% return on your money. I'm gonna get loans for us, and then they start their own cult. It's gonna be
Yep.
crazy.
Financial.
Or he
Yeah,
can do a
digital
rug
cult.
pull, or you can do a rug pull and say, I got all y'all's
Could
tokens.
turn into Mad
and then
Max,
I'm
we
just
don't
gonna
know
take
yet.
it all and run, and y'all
Yeah.
got screwed. That happens too.
Bernie Madoff it.
Yep.
Dude, how much money was that? They said the this
that
new
documentary was
FTX,
wild.
this FTX guy, it's gonna be way worse than.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's a lot more money back
So the
then.
FTX guy essentially sold a fake product and labeled it as a cryptocurrency.
No, it was a
or-
legit. What he was doing is taking your money. So you had all this money in this account, and he was taking that money and investing it and funding other projects
and
with your
losing
money.
it and never replacing
And
it.
then when everything crashed and people wanted to start pulling their money out, he wasn't able to do the funds. But really, the banks do that now. I mean, banks
Yeah,
take your
banks do that
money and
now.
invest in other stuff. So I mean,
It just happened.
now there may be
And
more
they're
to
bailed
it,
out
but
by
that's the
us.
gist of it. Like he's taking money and investing it without.
What's your
permission.
favorite coin? Since we're on that, because like if a person's listening, you're not a financial advisor. You're not advising anything.
Yeah, no, this is not
This
financial.
is not
advice.
a financial advisement. This is just saying like there's so many
This
coins
is what
out
I
there.
mess with.
Where do like what kind of? I mean, there's so many coins.
I'm big into the Ethereum layer 2s is what they're called. So Ethereum, everybody knows what Ethereum is. It's basically like a software program where you can build apps. They're called dApps, decentralized apps. So basically like for an Android phone, people build apps. It's a different software that you have to use in a different language to build Android apps than versus an Apple app. Well, Ethereum has their own language, computer science language where you can build apps. So they have these other companies building on top of that. And there's more developers on Ethereum than any other crypto right now
Okay.
being worked on. So layer 2s is a layer that it uses Ethereum, but it's built on top of it to make it faster, the transactions faster. And there's a like Optimism is one of them, and Matic is I'm following really close. That they have a bunch of developers behind it. They already got games being built, apps being. I mean, people are using it a lot. So layer 2s to me, layer 2 Ethereum is a big one that I'm focused on. And some of the other ones are just like they got Steppin is pretty cool. It's a cool idea. Move to earn. So it's an app that you start it and you like run. And depending on how many steps and stuff you get, you earn coins by exercising.
That's interesting.
They have learn to
How
earn
many
coming
different-
out, so
how
that
many
you can take
different-
courses and then they pay you in crypto for like learning, education,
Really?
which is a cool concept.
That
Because
is
think
cool.
about college, kids going to college in the future, instead of having a bunch of debt when you get out, you actually have a bunch of crypto and you're actually in the positive when you come out
Somewhere.
and use it somewhere. I think it should go. To
How many
you know,
different coins are there? Unlimited?
There's that. I mean, there may be close to maybe 10,000, maybe more. I don't know. There's a lot, but there's a lot of failed stuff too. So like,
Right.
I mean, there's people like I can make a token. I mean, I can tell ChatGPT to write a smart contract and name it this, and it'll write it out and boom.
Is that what it's
token.
technically called? A smart
A
contract?
smart contract? Yeah, that's pretty much
Interesting.
the basic of the code that you need to say this is a coin, it's worth this, and then you can send it to a wallet or whatever.
So it's not it's it's not regulated, so you can't get your hands.
It is regulated. So and the regulations are coming. They're not like set in stone, but there's certain things you can't do. I mean, just like I said, there's certain exchanges I would like to use or tokens I would like to get. And if you're in the United States, you can't participate because the regulations, they don't want to.
Boo.
When's it gonna get real serious though?
SEC come after them.
But when that gets real serious though, when's that gonna really pop off next year?
And that's what they're waiting on. So like there's regulations to an extent, but you have to, crypto is just it isn't finance. They're trying to regulate it like finance, and it really isn't. It's got more, like I said, there's a token that's games being built on it, but it has like a token value. So whenever you play these games, instead of just playing and racking up points that mean nothing, you're racking up points that actually have real value that you could actually make money on by playing a video game. And they have their own economy. So they build an economy. You can buy, your swords or your whatever when you're playing the game, ammo and stuff like that. So you're gaining money, you're using it in the game. So you're creating an economy, but then you can actually take some of that if you wanted to, sell it on exchange for a different currency that
and
you can
buy a
spend
car or a house.
buy a car or a house. Yeah.
And then you can
So that's the idea of it. So
you can power your whole entire. I mean, you can live off of it.
oh yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
be a top-rated game player.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And have a success because you get digital coin that will.
Yeah.
And eventually,
it'll get like
once
that too,
people
I think
people start accepting digital coin, like literally, like, and they're trying to do like Dogecoin or any of these things. Like once, like Subway is like, we accept Doge.
Yeah.
You're going to get food. If at the gas station, if ExxonMobil, and this is not financial advice, but if ExxonMobil's like, we're taking crypto, we're taking
we're getting gas with it.
Doge and whatever,
and then they're going to accept that, then they're taking that as payment. So if you just find the ways for your utilities to all be taken care of, because we all live on every month, we get a house note, or your house paid for, but we get property tax. You got property tax, you got water, electricity. You've learned that with the business. You get inventory tax.
Yep.
You get inventory tax.
I mean,
so you're always going to get tax. So how do we the moment
crypto tax? That's going to be a thing.
Tax. Yeah.
They're making people report their gains on it, huh?
Oh, I've got tax. Yeah. I had to pay taxes last year, but I got credit this year. So yes.
What kind of credit we talking?
It's capital gains tax.
Okay.
But so they screw you on, of course IRS.
Screw you on everything.
So however much you lose, say you gained 80,000 in a year in crypto. You pay taxes on that. They expect you to pay that by the end of tax season, what you owe in taxes for that 80,000. You lose 80,000, you can only write off 3,000 a year until you get to that 80,000. So it's like slowly get the credit. You don't get like money back because you lost a bunch of money.
So it's cooked.
So they want to take all your money when you make it, but when you lose money, they don't want to make sure you get anything back. So you got to slowly. So even if like I got a lot in losses last year, and I still even have to pay out taxes this year, which I shouldn't. But I should be able to use all my credit to at least come out even. I shouldn't have to owe. But
yeah, maybe when we're making the rules.
Yeah, do you remember that movie with Justin Timberlake? It's called Limit. Like, was it Limit something? Where
he had the time on his arm?
Was it time?
Yeah, where you had the scan, like the barcode you're talking about.
Yeah, barter time,
and it had all your money and everything.
You're gonna get 1,000 tokens.
I hope I'm gone by the end of that. Maybe it'll just be like a card, like that big play where you just keep swiping it.
But that's a similar thing. Like you go in there and like all people need is access. I mean, money is $1. It's with cotton paper.
It's nothing. It has value of.
So it's like the same thing that you go in digital. If it's like you walk into a Porsche, and you're like, it's like we'll take and they don't even like if you go to like major dealerships. If you go buy a new car, they're not taking cash. This is not exit wins.
Yeah, no.
Like you can't go take. You have to go get a cashier's check from Andrew or from a bank.
It's just not exit wounds. I wish it was.
You're not.
Yes.
No. It's not going to happen.
No.
But so you have.
But you can pay at a Bitcoin. I've seen people buy cars and stuff with crypto.
As long as a dealership sees that transaction, and then that's what they're kind of like doing this because it's like when Bitcoin was at 70,000.
Mm-hmm.
There's kids that had Bitcoin at like $1. And they're worth $70 million. They just cashed out.
Yep.
And there's kids running around in like other countries. They're not even here because they're like in Dubai. When you see these kids in Dubai, you're like, they're all Bitcoin billionaires that are like.
Well, they say some of the fastest billionaires in 2021, there's more billionaires made that year than ever in history. And not all, but majority was based off of crypto.
Where's that, Forbes? Who's generating that kind of news?
I saw that on a podcast.
I like it.
Crypto Banner podcast. I listen to that from all my.
What are some
crypto-
good podcasts? Tell the guests what you like to listen
Or
to.
crypto is really Crypto Banner is all I listen to as far as crypto related podcasts.
And then
There's a couple other good
and
ones.
Kathy and Suzy's kid.
Kathy and Suzy.
We are going to be
for
doing
sure,
Kathy
yeah.
and kids. I already told, like, we're going to be leading into Pete doing his own thing with crypto stuff.
He's already got a podcast. He's already done a couple episodes. I can't remember what it was called. He told me.
Yeah, I was doing live trading for a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you
I was
still
just
doing
doing
it?
live.
No,
It
not
was
yet.
just-
But we just got to push him a little bit.
We're going to do it just because it's
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm
You want to learn.
comfortable.
Like,
I can definitely, I'm definitely down to do it. It's just, like everything else,
It's
time.
not
I got to pick and choose what I really.
Yeah, and you only get 24 hours.
Yeah, I only
man.
get 24 hours.
And then whatever you can make AI do for you,
Yep.
we do that.
it's called, like, for me, like, especially moving into like life and health or the property casualty and taking tests and licenses. But it's the same thing about product knowledge. Once people start really understanding the product, like
Yes.
they won't be so scared of it.
Exactly.
Like once people realize that, like, and it's a different world because like you can go, like Matt, you'll be able to go and like enter these, which is great for marketing, but you can enter these tournaments and you get like 5 Ethereum if you win.
Yep.
And so they're already doing
What kind of tournament? Like a spelling bee?
I mean,
Like a
it-
it
jousting
could be poker
tournament?
games, it
Anything,
could
yeah,
be
poker,
anything. It could
anything,
be
yep.
the best essay. If you wrote the best essay, there's people out there like publishing companies, like come up with the
Getting paid in
best movie
crypto.
script. They will be like, here's an award. I mean, I think that's going to really develop in like, because
Should we do an award show and give away some crypto?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
all I have is the ADA and I felt bad about it. I
Yeah.
lost a lot on
Who
ADA.
cares what it is? Let's give it away. Let's give 2 away.
2 away. I think that's like they're like 80 cents or
Perfect.
something.
Yeah, I think I
like
paid
that.
$3 for them.
Yeah, okay, give it time. I'm down big too, so it'll come back around.
I mean,
But now's the time to buy, like any bear market. It's not going anywhere. So you got to pick the right ones and
I
buy
bought
whatever you can.
Doge
right
at
now.
half a penny, and I sold it at like 3.
No, that was pretty good.
But I could have been. It could have, it was crazy.
It's
to
still
see.
a half a penny and then 3. I mean, that's like 3. I don't know how many 300%.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
saying that was scary. And I mean, Ann was talking about it. She was like, don't sell it. And I had a good bit. She's like, don't sell it. Just hold it.
You
And I'm
could've
like,
sold it like 30 cents, 40 cents.
I got
and-
nervous. It's like one night I was sitting there looking at it go up and down, up and down. I'm sitting on my phone and I'm on Robinhood just going
Should I
up and
sell?
down.
Should I sell?
What-
Buy?
Was it Robin Hood the one that got in trouble?
Probably they're all getting trouble.
No,
Like,
no,
but-
Robin Hood's good. It's-
Okay. But I was having a bourbon. I'm like, okay, an hour later, I'm like, I feel like if I just gotta sell now because this is the way it spiked. I mean, I've watched it jump thousands of dollars.
That's
After
the
that-
hardest part about trading. So I
Except that
trade
one
pretty
Saturday Night
often,
Live
and-
episode whenever Elon mentioned it on TV.
What is it now?
Doge.
It went to
Yeah.
70 cents or 80 cents. It
Did it
jumped
get
up.
that? I think it did. Yeah, it did
There,
get
there was a
that
guy
high.
that had like $2 million in Doge. He was like became a millionaire with just Doge.
Yep. That's going to happen a lot more too. Whenever this all turns around, I'm telling you, crypto, whatever you can buy and that's good, it's worth a shot for sure. Some of the smaller ones right now, right now while it's down is the time to do it. And it'll probably go lower if we get like the markets crash and crypto will follow it. But it'll, I don't know. It's like AI. There's no stopping it.
It's here too.
It's here.
So you better make it work for you.
Yep. Figure out a way to
To
optimize
adapt.
and adapt.
Adapt.
I mean, how often
adapt
do you see
for
people
sure.
paying in cash anymore?
Hardly ever. I mean, it's
would
still,
you accept crypto at
No.
Loxicom?
Yes. I've already tried to reach out to the people who the software that I use and ask them if we could accept crypto
So
and
who
make that as a payment
But who
option.
controls that? Like, do they have any platforms that are like
Uh,
or PayPal style?
it depends on your processor. So the credit card companies who process the credit card, that's who it depends on if they accept crypto or not. So the
And
processing
you
company.
probably have to start your own.
I think there is some that accept it, but there's just so, I mean, it fluctuates so much that people just don't want to put it yet.
Mess
It needs
with
to
it.
be more stabilized, but like Cash App, I think it's Cash App. Cash App will actually, you can accept crypto, which I think this is a cool idea. Is say I want to pay with crypto, but you only want to accept cash. So I'm pretty sure it's Cash App that does it, but I can say I want to pay you in Bitcoin and whatever the
Yeah, can you
current
pull that
value,
up?
whatever the current value is, I pay you in that, but you say you want to receive dollars. You'll take Bitcoin payment, but you want to receive dollars. So during the transaction, you don't have to like get it and then turn around and sell it. I pay you in Bitcoin. Whenever you receive it, it's dollars. Or you say, I want to receive
So
Ethereum. or
someone's
whatever.
hosting that
Yes.
transaction.
Yeah, Cash App does it. Yeah, so that's Cash App currently does that.
So they're taking and just putting it into a Bitcoin fund,
Yep.
and they're paying you out of a cash fund
Right.
separately.
And I think there's already Cash App has a point of sale system they can use too, a POS, and then you can actually have that in your store, and then people can pay with
That's pretty
whatever crypto that they accept, and then whoever the store owner can convert it into dollars.
Think
instantly.
about it. EBT card, right?
Yeah,
EBT card, state
that may be where the CBDCs are going to start.
EBT. But I'm saying, like, is that it, right?
Yeah, EBT. Yeah,
Yeah. So you think about it. Like, I've met people that get like $800 to $1,000
Yeah.
a month for food,
for sure.
but you can only get it at these certain places. They won't accept it at certain
No.
places. So, like, I've watched
And
a
you can
girl
only buy
buy.
certain things with it.
I'm watching. There's some places that will do EBT,
crawfish.
crawfish, lobsters, Red Bulls, and then there's people that just sell their EBT cards.
Yep. I've had people stop you. I got this $50 card. Buy me this.
Steak.
Give it to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
give
give me
it
$10.
steak,
I'll,
man.
Yeah.
You can have the $50 because I.
Oh yeah.
But there's a lot of places that kind of restrict it. So it's like eventually, like, that's probably smart. And probably will go into government
Yes.
instead of doing cash.
They're
They're going to do.
slowly going to start.
It's
with
going to
that
be like, no,
process
you're going to do
first,
digital
for
currency
sure.
through us, and that because we're giving you free
Exactly.
resources anyway, and you can only use it at these provided partners.
Yep.
And then
There
we're
it
just.
is. There it is.
I'm going down a rabbit hole right now. Mama, I love you, but it's true, Mom. You're just with me. You're on the same thing I'm on. It's happening.
It is. It's happening. Just
mean-
adapt. That's all we can say.
That.
Maybe my
I mean,
next Loxicom
just take
shirt is
it.
Just adapt.
Not only that,
Yeah.
but
It's generated AI artwork and just going to say adapt.
you're going to have the hardest time. I'm telling you right now, and no matter what, it's going to fall on counterfeit too, because the way graphic designs are going now, the way art's going now, it's easier for people to counterfeit money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it's so
Yeah.
much easier to
I
print.
hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah, but it's easier to counterfeit money. So that's going to be another one. Well, guys, we're doing currency, digital currency, because we got to know if the money's real, because we're getting caught with a bunch of counterfeit in our banks, and then
Yep.
shaboom,
Yep. We're
Shaboom.
pushing it. No matter if you
that should
like
be
it
a-
or not.
Oliver, Dad loves you. If something happens,
Shaboom.
but
We're
that's-
out there, huh? We're out there.
Yeah.
May get shut down.
Anyways, guys,
Kathy and Suzy's kids getting banned.
Yeah, hopefully you guys learned a little something
Yeah.
tonight.
and we're because we
Yeah.
have to we got to do some sublimation. We're learning how to in-house.
We're
drop
figuring it
ship.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
So love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check out Loxicom for all your home needs. And thank you to our sponsors. And then we got Jersey Mike's this week. They're giving 100% appreciation to Carter's Champions. Make sure you go eat, finish out the month. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Peace.